Biographies. Everyone's eager to meet you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're discussing Elio and the perceived downfall of Pixar.
Hustle this panda and squeeze every last loony out of those kids!
For a period, Pixar wasn't just synonymous with critical acclaim and financial success.
I come in peace.
Oh, I'm so glad you're not a dinosaur!
Thank you. Now, thank you all for your kind welcome.
It was the crown jewel of animation, with each cinematic release feeling like an event. Their latest film, Elio, is hitting theaters almost 30 years after the original Toy Story set the gold standard.
You're the talk of the communiverse.
If Mom could see me now.
Instead of an event, the build-up to Elio has been primarily met with indifference. Early reports project its opening weekend gross could fall between $27 million and $45 million. That doesn't sound too bad until you consider Elio cost an estimated $150 million.
It's really happening!
We search the universe for the dreamers and stargazers like you.
This is awesome!
Expect a swarm of articles prematurely labeling the film as a, quote, bomb, although a low opening weekend isn't always a death sentence. Elemental had one of Pixar's worst openings ever, but Disney gave the film a fighting chance in theaters. It had remarkable legs, showing that there's still an audience thirsty for original stories.
You see? He likes it!
They just need time for positive word of mouth to spread. Elio's reviews thus far have been about on par with Elemental's.
I am Grigon, prepared to be conquered.
But I just got here!
Not one of Pixar's all-time greats, but still solid. More than solid, telling a meaningful story about grief, family, and learning to connect. Had Elio been released 10 years ago, there'd likely be more fanfare. So why isn't the Pixar name alone enough to sell a movie anymore?
Which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
Most agree that the golden age of Pixar spanned from 1995 to 2010, yielding 11 straight hits. Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, and Toy Story 3 in particular provided one of the hottest winning streaks in cinematic history.
Oh no! Dr. Porkchop's attacking the haunted bakery! Pew, pew, pew.
The ghosts are getting away! Woody, stop them!
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue!
Pixar won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature 4 years in a row, with the latter two being nominated for Best Picture. It seemed Pixar could do no wrong, although sometimes the flame burns brightest just before going out. Enter Cars 2, Pixar's first movie to score no Oscar nominations and to get panned by critics. People went to see it, but the film still wasn't one of Pixar's bigger box office hits. Of course, merchandising is where the real money from the movie's made. The original Cars was once seen as the closest thing Pixar had to a black sheep. So why prioritize a sequel?
Finally, time to see who's behind all this.
It makes more sense when you consider that Cars broke retail records. The same year Cars 2 was released, the franchise exceeded $10 billion in merchandising sales. Whether or not there was any genuine passion behind the production, Cars 2 felt like the first Pixar movie that mainly existed to sell toys.
Like a good neighbor, Mater is there!
Ironic since they had made 3 movies literally about toys. In his book, Creativity, Inc., Pixar co-founder Edwin Catmull discusses why companies like Disney must, quote, feed the beast being, quote, any large group that needs to be fed an uninterrupted diet of new material and resources in order to function.
So I don't mean it's the hungry beast in a derogatory sense, but it's like it's this beast that's got to be fed. Or think like the news or newspapers, right? You've got to feed this thing.
Catmull goes on to write, quote, emphasis is placed on doing safer projects that mimic proven moneymakers just to keep anything moving through the pipeline. This kind of thinking yields predictable, unoriginal fare because it prevents the kind of organic ferment that fuels true inspiration.
You can see how well the team is working together, but you can't judge the ideas. Now, so we have to go from that stage to somehow with engagement with that beast, and this is a long process. But the normal thing that happens is people screw up the front end.
But it does feed the beast. At one point, Catmull describes sequels as, quote, creative bankruptcy. Yet he acknowledges that Pixar needs to produce sequels that will likely make money, allowing them to take risks.
You can fix this, right, Joy?
I don't know.
Oh.
But we have to try.
Okay, come on.
Throughout the 2010s, Pixar tried to balance sequels and original movies with mixed results. Of the 11 films Pixar made that decade, 4 were original. While Inside Out and Coco were huge hits, Brave was a mixed bag, while The Good Dinosaur was Pixar's first financial dud.
It's all your fault! My papa would still be alive if it weren't for you!
Meanwhile, 4 of Pixar's sequels that decade grossed over $1 billion, a milestone none of their original films have ever reached during their first runs. While Finding Dory, Incredibles 2, and Toy Story 4 were seen as worthy follow-ups, there was a fear that Pixar, a studio founded on original storytelling, had become another sequel factory.
Does this mean Woody's a lost toy?
He's not lost. Not anymore. To infinity and beyond.
Well, Pixar entered the 2020s with 4 original films lined up. Unfortunately, they couldn't have come at a worse time. Onward was released right before the COVID-19 pandemic hit, being rushed out of theaters and onto Disney+.
What is that? It's our dad. We have a chance to meet him,
But we can't do that without a Phoenix gem.
No! My days of sending people on dangerous quests are over.
What? Why?
'Cause they're dangerous?
Soul, Luca, and Turning Red were all given the straight-to-streaming treatment, a move that Pixar CCO Pete Docter feels, quote, trained families to watch their movies at home. This was reflected with Lightyear, the first Pixar film to receive a worldwide theatrical release in 2 years. What was supposed to be a grand return instead became one of Pixar's most substantial money losers ever.
There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
Some insiders pinned the blame on a controversial same-sex kiss, although homophobia hadn't prevented the live-action Beauty and the Beast from making $1 billion. The more likely explanation is that people weren't interested in a gritty Buzz Lightyear movie without Tim Allen.
Buzz Lightyear mission log. I'm being pursued by just a massive robot. I'm leading it away while the others escape to the ship.
Lightyear also proved that recognizable IP isn't always the safety net that executives assume. Regardless, it was reported in 2024 that Pixar would, quote, focus less on autobiographical tales. Although Elemental had been a sleeper hit, while Luca and Turning Red didn't even have a fair chance.
We've been so good! If they don't trust us anyway, then what's the point?
Wow. Who are you? I love it.
Fight the power! Yeah.
Then again, Inside Out 2 subsequently became Pixar's highest-grossing film to date.
We need to help Riley prepare. Now's the time to send up every possible thing that could go wrong. We are looking to the future.
From a financial standpoint, we see why Pixar needs to greenlight safe sequels like Toy Story 5, Incredibles 3, and Coco 2, especially if Elio underperforms as many are anticipating.
This time around, 8-year-old Bonnie will be introduced to the Toys Meet Tech character. Oh boy.
Although the title of this video might imply otherwise, we are rooting for Elio to succeed. Not just because it's an original work on the heels of numerous sequels, reboots, and live-action remakes, but because the film is a charmer, even if it's not one of Pixar's absolute best. Of course, that might be another reason why Pixar's having a harder time selling their original movies. They've set the bar impossibly high, and the new stuff just can't compete with peak Pixar.
My son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
Oh no.
We have a hard time calling any of the movies that Pixar has released during the 2020s bad, except maybe Lightyear, and even that wasn't awful.
Didn't need to hear that, Ivan.
You didn't hear that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll repeat. You
I heard. I meant that I didn't need to. Thank you, Ivan.
If DreamWorks, Illumination, or any other American animation studio gave us Onward, Luca, or Elio, they'd likely be considered among their stronger efforts. Yet, they don't even make the top 10 when a studio's filmography includes Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and Ratatouille. We may pout about sequels, but the truth is, we'll go to see Toy Story 19, Finding Marlin, and Ratatouille because we have such a strong attachment to their predecessors. Pixar's newer movies need to build from the ground up, which is even harder when audiences expect every film to make them cry and reevaluate their life.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere.
It's it's not enough for a Pixar movie to be good. They have to be groundbreaking masterpieces.
Perhaps one of us could talk to him. You do it!
I am shy.
I'll do it! You're in great hands! You're crazy!
Since the past few movies haven't reached that threshold, be it due to creative burnout, changing leadership, not enough risks, too many risks that didn't pay off, or impractical expectations from a fanbase that demands nothing less than perfection, audiences aren't prioritizing Pixar like they once did. It doesn't help that moviegoers have never been more reluctant to buy a ticket unless they know exactly what they're getting.
I ate my mother at birth, but in moments of great success, I regret it.
That's a thing for your species?
No, just a me thing. Everyone was shocked.
For every Sinners, there are a dozen IP-driven movies that overshadow originality. Elio could be another casualty of the cinematic landscape. Although that doesn't necessarily mean Pixar's the problem. The problem is where audiences are putting their money.
I've never been a bargaining chip before. I've been a liability, a disappointment. I've also been an enigma, a problem, a headache. Oops. Little help?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Elio is about a boy who travels to space in the hope of making a connection, but what he's searching for can be found back on Earth.
Back home, I didn't fit in. I thought Earth was the problem. But what if it's me?
Well, I like you, and you seem fine to me.
Something similar can be said about audiences who exclusively watch films with a nostalgic connection, hoping to bring back the magic they felt when they were younger. Nostalgia can be comforting, sometimes even enlightening. If you're looking to recapture that spark you felt upon first seeing Monsters, Inc. or The Incredibles, though, chances are it won't be found in the familiar. It'll come someplace original and unexpected.
So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye, I love you.
Could Elio reignite that spark? You have to see the film to find out. Just give Elio a shot before writing it off. What seems like a downfall can truly fall with style.
You will feel my wrath. Gordon?
Hi, Dad. I'm a bargaining chip.
No, say the other thing.
Oh, help me, Father. He overpowered me.
What are your thoughts on the current state of Pixar? Are you planning on seeing Elio? Let us know in the comments.
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.